Hi everyone, welcome back to Spiritual Growth Tarot. I'm Denise. Hey, hi again. Hope you guys are all doing well. So today I'm going to read on something that has been bugging me for years. And that was that in 2015 when Trump was running for president, I found all types of information online, mostly provided by other countries, but tons of video and just information that has never been expressed on the regular news channels, even though they're doing such a great job at dissecting all the little things that come in day to day. But it's this. Here's the topic. Will it ever come through the mainstream news? Will it ever come out and be proven that Donald John Trump has been a money launderer for Russia and for maybe even other countries, but just in that whole transnational, crime syndicate of money laundering? Now that his company, now that Trump.org is being, investigated, and eventually it has to tap into him and what he's declared on his taxes. And so anyway, and the Weiselberg, he has taken Weiselberg off of, I think, 48 different parts of his organization. So what's that about, right? That's another video for another day. But and I've already read on Weiselberg. So, and I've read on Weiselberg's effect on Donald John Trump. So those videos are in there if you haven't seen them. If you're new to my channel, and if you are, I so appreciate you being here, as well as all my loyals. I can't tell you how much you guys matter to me. So anyway, let me drop this camera down, stop blabbing, and dive into this subject. I want to look into the future about this. Okay, hold on. Okay, so I'm going to start off with the Tarot, Radiant White Spirit by Lo Scarabeo. And I've already allowed for reversals. So I'm grounding in, asking for the truth. I only want the truth, of course. Will it ever come out? Will it be proven? Oh my God. I just heard, well, the NSA knows. Okay, but will it ever come out to the mainstream news, or from the mainstream news to us? And I'm not including Fox in that. I'm thinking of Washington Post, New York Times, MSNBC, CNN, any other reputable news organization. Will they ever report the fact that Donald John Trump is and has been a money launderer? Okay, there we go. So the forces in motion. Yeah. His biggest challenge, or actually, let's see, hold on. Do I come from the news organization? Trying to think, do I come from their perspective? Because of course they have to protect themselves. No, I'm going to stick with him. Because all these cards are going to show what rains down on him. So his biggest challenge. Joe Biden. On one level. Okay. So, will it ever come out that he, is a dirty money launderer? Now, of course, I did not put a timeline on this. And I did that purposefully because I don't care how long it takes. It can take 10 years for all I care, as long as it's in our lifetime and it's out there. I don't think it'll take that long, though. I honestly feel like it'll be less than 5 years. Because he's just a part of it. He's just like a cog in the wheel. So anyway, with the cards, what we have here with this Nine of Pentacles, this is him in the lap of luxury, and this is the luxury and the wealth of the entire, transnational crime syndicate. And I've learned from listening to podcasts by Lincoln's Bible and her uncle, who worked for the NSA for over 30 years, that it's not that money launderers don't want to pay taxes. It's that they can't, because if they did, it would reveal the source of the income. So, they would prefer to be out there in a way that where there's, the T-men, the Treasury, the IRS, the, FBI, NSA, all of those organizations, they would, excuse me, they would prefer that, they had that freedom to operate, but not with all those, as James says, excuse me, alphabet orgs hanging over them. So anyway, this is, these could be all of, I'm thinking there's more than 9, but it could be that there's 9 major organizations that do the money laundering. Now, excuse me, with the King of Cups as the challenge, if we read it straight up, it's Joe Biden and the DOJ. But if we read it, because it is in the challenge position, well, no, I have to stick with that. If I did read it, just a little lesson here, but if I did read it as something other than Joe Biden, then it would be like looking at the Knight of Cups in the reversed position, which has to do with cheating and, disappointment and deception, bad news coming in oftentimes. And well, not necessarily news, because it's not the Knight, it's the King of Cups, I'm sorry. So that we're dealing with somebody who's just really, really abusive and major cheater, major manipulator. So that could go. That could definitely go with what the topic is here. But it didn't come through reversed. It came through straight up. So I feel like it's Biden. I honestly feel like it's Biden. So even though Biden has to stay out of everything, of course, legally, he still, I think he has, this like sacred contract as to his position to try and protect USA. Because when the King of Cups is upright, this is somebody who's wise, very, very wise, and very loyal, and very generous. Interesting. So if it's not Joe Biden, then it would be, if we look at it just from another layer, because it can be Joe Biden, and it can also be people who've been very loyal to him, and they will, through the process of, elimination of, the NSA going after, and the Treasury Department, now that, Mnuchin is out of there, that could bring in somebody who's been loyal to Trump, or been loyal to the whole money laundering organization, but who will be not able to get away with it. And that's reiterated up here with the Seven of Swords. When the Seven of Swords comes to reverse, this is getting caught. This is revealing, a cheater and a liar. So that's interesting. And then here is our yes card. The swords rule communications, and this card is a yes. And then we have the Hermit reversed, which brings in, again, deception. Deception, deception, deception. We've got it everywhere here. And then we have the King of Swords reversed, which brings in this, this corrupt person, again, with no integrity, no morals, and who's very manipulative. And then also the Queen of Swords reversed. My goodness. Somebody who's just really cold-hearted and careless and critical and pessimistic and, dishonest, all of this. So, I'm feeling like, while these can be people who have had it with him, their hearts are just so turned off to Trump, these could be newscasters who put it out there first that say, hey, we know the truth has come out. Like it could be somebody like Rachel Maddow. This could be somebody, like maybe Chris Hayes or goodness, any of the other men. These two could be any woman, this could be Joy Reid, this could be any, Nicole Wallace, these could be, and it wouldn't even have to be somebody who's their own newscaster, has their own, channel. This could be, this couple here could be anybody working in the prosecutorial capacity who have just had it. Who have had it with Trump in his grift. But because I don't have for sure, well, actually, let's go ahead and do this. I'll draw some more cards from the tarot, and if I don't get some for sure, I mean, this yes card is the strongest one, these two actually. But I'll draw some more cards over here, and if I don't get absolute clarity, then I'll of course go to the Lenormand. Okay, so in the future, will it ever be exposed? Will the major news organizations reveal that they know what we know? Okay. So, this Queen of Pentacles here could be somebody who's been dependent upon the whole grift, and is very, very jealous of this guy getting away with it. So there's that possibility of that type of a relationship that comes in and reveals something. But I don't have the Sun here. I don't have the Justice card. But what we do have is someone who's been rejected by all the dark money, and someone who's in a lot of self-hatred, which, can show that, well, actually on another level, I feel like it could be, besides the self-hatred, which is deep down inside of all these grifters, of course, I feel like this has to do with some regrets and some arguments, because this is a divorce card. Like, could this be Melania? Could this be Mary Trump, who's heart turned cold towards him years and years and years ago because he shoved them out. You know, she has a lawsuit against him because of what he did to the family, where he shoved everyone else out of the family. And she's the one that had all the tax records that went to Suzanne Craig at the New York Times, which is what, you know, Cy Vance Jr. has presented already, and that's what this big investigation is. So I think we're seeing the how, because here's the manipulation, here's the money manipulation, here's the place where he's been very disorganized and still trying to juggle everything. But as far as it coming out from the news, it might be too hard for them to get a handle on all the intricacies. Am I saying that the right way? Intricacies of the paperwork, documents. But again, I don't know. Maybe it's clear to you guys. Yeah, how it's all gone back into the Trump organization, everything that he's done. Okay, but anyway, maybe it's clear to you guys, but it's not clear to me. So I will go ahead and use the. Just give me a moment. I'll drop the camera down and use the liniment. Okay, so as usual, I'm using the Maybe Liniment by Ryan Edward. Again, will the major news organizations ever report that Donald John Trump is and has been part of a money laundering, transnational money laundering organization? So I'm looking for yes cards, and I'm also looking for what will ever come out eventually. Oh. Oops. Okay, so we do have yes cards here. Well, yes, it'll be revealed. The coffin can definitely be a no card. And then we have several neutral cards in here, but we have 2 yes cards, 2 no cards. The Tower is pretty neutral as well, but the clues are, the Tower has to do with, this can be any, well, this could be a news organization, definitely could be a news organization. It could also be our government. This could be any branch of the government that, you know, NSA, DOJ, and any branch. You know, it's anything to do with institutions and boundaries. So something that ends, the power and the money and the protection is taken away and minimized. Wow. So what will come out eventually it feels to me how the news organizations in the past, I think the theme is they've been seduced away from the details, from the, well, they've been seduced away, they've been attracted to being independent as to, you know, the information that they put out there. But that's going to end, because I think something much larger will come out, because there's an ending of the boundary. There's an ending of the isolation of these little bits of pieces, you know, bits and pieces of news that come out. I mean, you know, when we have to give them tons of credit because they're trying to cover all these, you know, it's just, there's so much going on. There's so many catastrophes that have happened, and you know, COVID constantly. So, and they have to, you know, they're not an entertainment, well, Fox is registered as an entertainment group, at least I think in the USA, maybe different in different countries, but the other organizations, the reputable ones, they have to be very, very, very careful about what they put out there. So they've been trying, I think they've been trying to protect themselves so that they still remain independent. And that's what's the most important thing here. But eventually, it will be revealed. Clearly, it's going to, you know, cut through and the information will be revealed. Wow. Because they're going to care about their reputation and their power. And you know how it goes. They always want to be first. They always want to, I mean, my goodness. Suzanne Craig with the New York Times, she won a Pulitzer Prize for her information that she put out about the, you know, with Trump's tax records. So but there's power and protection over the details that come out, and then decisions are made in ways that can sometimes hide things and manipulate things, because they care more. That's what it is. They care more about protecting themselves. But all that's going to end at some point. When it's, I think, when, let's look, is there still yes or no? Yeah, probably like when it's safe. When, or will, for sure, will it come out? Yeah, I think, well, they'll be loyal to you know, sharing their gifts, and they'll choose once it's cleared up. But there's, you know, there's foreign money tied to it. It'll be part of, if it ever comes out. I get it. It's going to be part of what comes out from our own government, from loyal people like Sheldon Whitehouse, and it's going to be one of the gifts that we receive from someone like Sheldon Whitehouse, who's very powerful and is going through painstaking detail to you know, get the information out there. But also, it's this turns into a big old turning point. It's a turning point that, because the light side of the clouds is over here towards the crossroads. So this turning point of the light that had, you know, obfuscated, I guess is the right word. There'd been this like subterfuge, had been hiding because the dark side's over here. This foreign money laundering thing. Wow. Yeah, now as far as timing, well, something new has to come through about money. You know, that's the thing is nowadays, you know, they can track cryptocurrency. Yeah, something new has to come out about money, a money partnership. Whenever that happens, then it's going to break everything wide open. Wow. So is this Trump? Is this because of the tax papers with Trump? Maybe is that Letitia James or some money involved? Or is this Melania and Trump himself? Because I'm asking about Trump. Something about a worldwide web of something that's broken apart, this World Wide Web, and so there's a woman involved and a man who are the most guilty. But I don't know for sure who those people are. You know, like could it be Rebecca Mercer and her father? Or could it be Rebecca Mercer and one of the Koch, or the last living Koch brother? That's a mystery. I'll leave it for whoever these are, they're in partnership. Because I've got the ring card here, it could be Melania and Trump. Because we do have, because they still are married. Yeah, and the betrayal. Yeah, and she's not happy with him at all. Yeah, I feel like it is Trump and Melania. So maybe she brings out some information. Because maybe she wants to protect Barron. I don't know. But it does look like yes, eventually. I think yes, eventually it'll come through. Yeah, we've got a yes card there. Yes, and it'll be really shocking. Wow. Timing. Oh, big ol' yes. That could be soon. It could even be a year. Oh, it has to do with the money. This could be like one rotation around the sun. Communications, documents, tapes, things like that. And the reputation and honor. So I think I'm just pulling at strings here at this point. I'm not getting timing. Well, at least not with this deck. Hold on, let's try. Let me use a different deck. Well, why not just use the Kipper? I'll just use the Kipper because timing cards in this deck are pretty clear. How long before all this comes out? When will we see this shocking? It's going to be shocking to other people, but not us. How long will we have to wait? That's interesting. Some main female who's being investigated. I wonder if Melania's been kind of lax in her communications. Okay, but I'm looking for timing. Come on. Yeah, I still don't really have timing cards here. Well, let's go ahead and do one more line and then I'll just close this up. Timing. Oh, yeah. Okay, let's get the rest of the story. Okay. Wowee. Okay, so make a little room here. Almost don't even have the camera up high enough. Okay, so here we have Melania and Trump right here. She's hanging over him, so she's got something on him. I don't know who this mature man is, but it could be somebody else that she has something on. This is a card of a long time. It can often be 2 years. But the way this story goes is she's being investigated. And this could have to do with the inauguration. Remember the whole inauguration ceremony thing with her and her friend Stephanie, like Stephanie Wilcott Winston or something like that. I think that was her name. Who, they took in records amount of money, $107 million. Or was it 170? Oh, I forget. But anyway, lots and lots and lots of cash they took in for that inauguration ceremony. And the thought was that there was, foreign money involved. And Stephanie Wilson, she has, or Winston, I'm sure, I don't know, I can't remember her last name. She was Melania's friend, and then she wasn't, and she was being investigated, and I think she spilled the beans on Melania, and now they're looking into Melania's part and what she did. And this investigation brings movement that will take a couple of years, though. And it's this investigation into their family fortune and their the financial foundation of what they did, where they received tons and tons of money. I think this person here in this situation is, I didn't see it before, but now I'm looking at this thinking this is Stephanie, what's her name? Let's call her Stephanie WW. And she brings in some change. That takes us out of this reading, but I think it's all we need to know because she's the one. And that's going to be interesting. Because this is a big part of it. Because Melania, she's not going to want to go down for anything that he did. Now, on another level, I'm not sure that a wife can testify against a husband. So maybe that's why I always saw divorce in their future. So maybe that will be coming down the line, and then all of these things could come through. But again, long time. I got the long time card, which is what I was thinking in previously. So, okay, I'm going to close this up. Thank you so much for hanging in there with me. High five if you did. If you didn't, I'll never know unless you tell me. And I'm wishing you all the best. Sending you lots of love. Take good care. Bye.